Women are not represented equally in the STEM community. It is often believed that males perform better in math and science classes than women, but research actually shows that both male and females perform better at the same level, yet still, males are more actively encouraged to pursue STEM careers while females are not.
Women often face sexism and stereotypes about their academic ability, and this makes it important to examine the effects of confronting sexism in the classroom. To shed light on the inequity in the STEM community, let's take a look at some numbers provided to us from the National Girls Collaborative Project. While women earn over half the degrees in biological sciences, the rest of the fields aren't distributed so equally, with women only earning 17.9% of computer science degrees, 19.3% of engineering degrees, 39% of physical science degrees, and 43.1% of math degrees. And in the STEM workforce, women remain underrepresented, with women only making up 35.2% of chemists, 11.1% of physicists and astronomers, 33.8% of environmental engineers, 22.7% of chemical engineers, 17.5% of civil, architectural, and sanitary engineers, 17.1% of industrial engineers, 10.7% of electrical computer hardware engineers, and 7.9% of mechanical engineers. This inequity can be traced all the way back to schooling, where perceptions of females' abilities leads to discouraging females from pursuing these careers. Ryan Brown acknowledged that, according to a study conducted by Weber in 2012, both males and females performed equally in STEM projects, used STEM-based resources, and participated in after-school activities to an equal degree. However, males perceived that they had higher capabilities in STEM subjects than did females. The stereotype that females are weaker in math and science than males goes back ages, but it's about time to fix that. Brown also states that there is no evidence supporting the notion that STEM competencies are innately related to gender.
The social issue connects to the community the school serves because it is affecting how females perform academically in STEM subjects. Female students end up performing just as this generalized social issue predicts. A study by the National Academy of Sciences in the United States of America on female teachers who were teaching math or science classes in early childhood classrooms, elementary schools specifically. The students were tested on their ability in these subjects at the beginning of the year and also at the end of the year. The study concluded that female teachers would have their own math anxiety and would carry over this anxiety to their female students. I also observed a math classroom. The class was predominantly males. The students who are held back have to take lower level math classes before they can take higher level classes, and this class was geometry, and it was a higher level class. I counted 14 males and 7 females. I see this as significant because I can assume that not a lot of females are taking higher level math classes because they are held back. This was enough for me to confirm that there is gender imbalance in math in this particular urban school.
The little funding that impoverished urban schools receive puts the school's staff, students, and communities at a much greater disadvantage than their suburban counterparts. The schools likely do not have the funds necessary to effectively teach the students in an engaging current way, which brings about disconnected, uninspired teachers and students alike and perpetuating the problems that these schools face. The odds of female students actively engaging and perhaps showing interest in a STEM career in a school where not only are they behind the 8 ball from the start because they were born with 2X chromosomes, but are also going to a school that can't afford to adequately teach their children is a far stretch. So, what does this mean for us as future educators? It means we need to be role models for our students, actively identifying and encouraging the gifted females in math and science, and actively encouraging them to pursue further into STEM subjects and careers, obviously. Former Illinois high school physics teacher Mariana Ruggiero states that the importance of consciously identifying students with a talent in physics and then informing and encouraging them in this cannot be overstated, and it is imperative to teach our students to act with confidence and never sell themselves short. Teachers need to act as role models to their students, and if females have no role models encouraging them in math and science topics, then this trend of females drifting away from pursuing STEM careers will never be resolved. But we as teachers should actively be role models for all our students, not just females in math and science classes. Teachers should be actively encouraging students to further their academic and later professional careers regardless of their subject. Encourage all your students to find their niche and follow it, because who knows, maybe, just maybe, One day, you can inspire a student to grow up and do something great.